Hi, Dr. Joel Kreisberg here on one of the nodes of the journey of inspiring homeopathy. Today's talk is going to be about what can we learn from poison ivy. Poison ivy we tend to think of as a sort of rash and itch and plant that attacks us or we suffer from, and it's actually a really great metaphor for the way in which wounds in which we receive and suffer pain from our experience of being out in the world. And so while most people don't want poison ivy and don't like to get poison ivy, when poison ivy turns into a homeopathic remedy, which is known as Rhus toxicodendron, it becomes a very powerful healing tool. And I mean, conventional uses of Rhus tox as a remedy is a remedy that we know of for injuries and for acute influenza and for back pains. And, you know, there, in a way, it has a lot of uses. When Tina Smith worked with it, he uncovered this sort of the universal experience of having suffered a pain, a wound that we carry around, and in a way that wound becomes something that we dwell on, we keep with us. It becomes part of our body armor. And because we have this persistent experience of this pain and these wounds, we tend to not be able to sit still, and we tend to keep moving, trying to alleviate this suffering. So, so the remedy Rhus tox, as the inspiring homeopathy remedy, is about resolving old traumas and really allowing you know, those feelings that go along with having received trauma a vent and a place to act out. So we're going to look at this for a couple of minutes. And so and this is based on my own experience of having taken Rhus tox as a remedy, as part of the journey of inspiring homeopathy, having worked as a group leader in which we all go on the journey of inspiring homeopathy, and then having used this remedy with clients for 28 years now and watched them unravel their traumas of the past. So, you know, so when a person, when any of us have the experience of having been threatened or abused emotionally, physically, there's, you know, that could be sexual abuse, or it could be, you know, humiliation. And actually, it isn't that hard to have the experience. What makes this experience so potent is that often it brings up these feelings of anger, and anger is suppressed. It's, you know, in a way I can, just a person may not be angry, they might not know they're angry, but there's a way that that anger sort of pervades their approach to being in life. So, you know, that could be a sense of feeling mistreated. It could be a sense of supporting causes of experiences that are unjust. It could be not being able to forgive. It could be very hateful and mistrusting. It could be the tendency to swear. It could be very suspicious, or a sense that something bad is going to happen. And, you know, in general, it's interesting to see that this place we call home, our body temple, becomes uncomfortable. So in a way, I don't trust my own experience, and then there's this incessant desire to move, to go away, to ride, to travel, to walk, to write, to be outside and there, to be out of the constrictions of our daily sense of home. And because I don't trust my experience of settling, of just being present. So there's really there's no escape. So I'm on the moon. I mean, I'm on the move all the time. Just exhausting thinking about it. But we know that keynote of this state is when I'm in that journey, I'm on that move, I feel better. But as soon as I stop, up comes the suspicion, up pops those wounds again. So I often see this remedy as a remedy that I offer to someone when there is, it's like as you have that conversation with them, they keep coming back to having suffered unjustly. They keep pointing at what someone's done to them, how their body isn't doing the right thing. There's this kind of just persistence of this wasn't supposed to happen, or how unfair is this that I had to have this experience. And so this universal sense of I've suffered actually reminds me of the work of Arnold Mindell in the Dream Body work, where he says every pain has two sides to it. Every pain has a giver and a receiver. And often we focus on the receiver. I receive that pain, or I'm a victim to that pain. So we sort of consciously or unconsciously have a sense that my experience of being in my body, of my symptoms, my headache, my pain, my stiffness, my swelling, I'm a victim to my own sense of self, to my own being, by having these symptoms, by having these pains. But what Mindell says is that every symptom also has a giver. That symptom is part of us that's saying something, that's giving us information. So in a way, physical sensations, emotions, feelings, these are actually information about what our experience is like, and we can learn to, rather than squash it down, we can actually start to integrate that as part of me. That's the key thing. It's often that we see our physical, emotional issues as not me, something I want to get rid of, something I'm uncomfortable with. However, it's all me. I am both my healthy state, my happy state, and my calm state, but I am also my state that's suffering and my state that's having pain. So through the use of Russ Talks, the fifth remedy in the journey of inspiring homeopathy, we can begin to start to make friends with that element of myself, with my scars, with my wounds. I can begin to sort of feel into that stiffness, that hurt. And rather than saying, that's not me, I can begin to say, oh, that's me too. Can I love myself? Can I forgive myself? Can I start to integrate my past experiences as if those are the bruises, those are the calluses that created me for who I am, that actually helped shape me into the soulful person that I've grown up to be. So working with poison ivy, Russ Talks, taking it in a therapeutic setting on the journey of inspiring homeopathy can be a profound experience of exploring, integrating myself, including not just the happy parts of me, but also the parts of me that have suffered, those wounds that may still linger, that I can just tiptoe into and actually say, huh, I'd like to know more about me. I invite you to journey with me in the journey of inspiring homeopathy. I'll be beginning another journey in April, and you can find out more on my website on inspiringhomeopathy.com or drkreisberg.com, or as part of the classes at Tilios Institute. I look forward to becoming whole with you. Thank you.